I have a 650 word summary due for my energy humanities class tonight at 11:59, and that's the major thing on today's docket to-do list. I'm going to use the Pomodoro method to get through it though, because sometimes for my energy humanities class, which essentially is a class that teaches us writers how to write about science and energy, it gets really difficult to write and kind of flesh out ideas. So the Pomodoro method allows me to work for a specific amount of time and then rest for a specific amount of time, and so I feel like I just don't get super overwhelmed with the material. But I worked on the summary last week with you guys, so I'm feeling okay about it. I always stress myself out about this class because it's like I'm an English major. I don't know anything about science, so it's always an interesting class to try to tackle. But that's on today's docket, finishing the summary and then also finishing up a discussion post for the same energy humanities class, because I guess it's the class I procrastinate the most. I also want to show you guys how the Pomodoro app that I use works. I use the website lifeat.io, but I think it's also an app that you can get on your iPad or like phone. This is where you can change how long you study for. I have it for 15 minutes, and I just had it at a 1-minute break because I accidentally was messing around with the settings and messed up my break time. But I usually have it at a 5-minute break, and then for long breaks I do 10 minutes, but you can go as long as I think 60 minutes. You can just edit the time as you want, and the timer just starts going when you press save and start. And then there's also these little dots that show you how many Pomodoros you've completed, so how many work and rest you've completed, and once you reach 4 it will automatically go to the long break. So 4 of these 15-minute sessions for me is an hour, so after an hour of studying it'll go to a 10-minute long break and then restart the entire thing again. Summary assignment as well as the discussion post that I had due for my energy humanities class. My brain feels so overloaded right now because I literally read over that summary so many times, and the problem with summaries for me is that I often will write and summarize the text perfectly, but I'll forget to basically summarize in my own words. So I'll have a lot of quotations and I always have to go back and edit and put my own words, but it's done. I have so much laundry, y'all. This is actually ridiculous. This entire bin is full of laundry. For what? I don't even know. But I really have been off my cleaning routine, off just my normal routine to keep my room a clean and hospitable place, because when my room is clean I feel like I can take on the world. So we first need to take on this laundry and get our lives together, because I'm all for romanticizing your life, but sometimes you need to start by cleaning your life up, okay? So we're gonna start with cleaning this laundry. Clothes are in the washer and dryer, and while they're there I've decided that I'm gonna move around my room a little bit. I don't think I like where my bed is, and it's been bugging me for the past couple weeks, or yeah, for the past 2 weeks or so, and I just have not had the time or just more so energy to move it around. But I feel like I have the zoomies today, so we're just gonna knock out a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to do, and we're gonna start with moving my bed. I think we're also gonna move my chairs. I don't know, there's just something off about it. There's just something off. I don't know, I can't describe it. It is several hours later. It's currently 6:11 p.m. and I'm now forcing myself to stop dilly-dallying and get some homework done. I wrote a to-do list as I normally do, so let's see what is attainable for given the fact that it's already 6 p.m. So we have 2 things on this list. Do my sociolinguistics lecture and read some more of my writing about place reading. I actually have been reading that on and off all day, so I think I can check that off, but I'm going to open up my sociolinguistics reading or my sociolinguistics lecture and get started on that. My laptop was dead earlier, and when I start my days out with my laptop being dead, I am like not productive at all, just because I am such a good like morning early worker. So if my laptop dies early in the day, it's like, well, call it a day for dilly dallying. I'm gonna just read or watch my sociolinguistics lecture and see how I go with that, because I have like not even touched anything else for classwork. But I don't know, I turned in a whole paper yesterday. That's probably why. Okay, I'm ready for bed, y'all. It's been a day. We've been productive. Okay, we finished the sociolinguistics lecture. We did an hour work, and we also took a nighttime shower, which I haven't done in a while. So I treated myself to a little Dr. Teal's specialized nighttime body wash. Okay, with that chamomile and lavender. Put my matching PJs on with the pretty embroidery, and we're ready to read. Okay, so we're gonna be reading The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I started this yesterday and nearly cried. It is not a Christian text. It doesn't deal with Christian ideas of heaven, more so this fictionalized idea of heaven through the character Eddie. He passes away early in the book and then goes to heaven and meets 5 people who made an impact on his life, and it more so is a kind of commentary on the fact that like the things that happen in your life sometimes don't make sense, but you need to try your best to move on and live a happy life, because Eddie did not live a happy life. Literally in the beginning of the book, when he passes away, the 2 things he says is, where's my worry, where's my pain? Like, those are the 2 things that he noticed when he was dying. Like, are you kidding? I'm gonna read a little bit of this and probably hit the hay, but I wanted to make sure I let y'all know that the night ended well. We were productive. Okay, let's taste the coffee. Actually, very, very good. Very, very good. If I had to rate it out of 5 stars, I would say it was a 4. It's a 4. It's a high 4 though. Like, it's really, really good. We are at the desk to start on some homework for the day. I want to do some sociolinguistics reading because we have 3 texts. As a grad student, I have to read 3 texts per week. If I was undergrad, I would only have to read 2, but I have to read 3. And I don't want to do that, but we have that on the to-do list because I don't want to do it. And if I write it down on the to-do list, I'm forced to kind of do it. So I have that, and then I want to continue reading for my writing about place class. My teacher assigned us a reading that's literally 400 pages, so I'm just kind of reading as much as I can in order to answer properly to the discussion board, because I think it's a little unrealistic of me to tell myself that I need to read the entire book when it's 400 pages, plus I have more readings to do for other courses. And then I also want to get to Bible study today. My Bible study group is not doing Bible study today since they are out on a retreat. They're in Galveston, Texas, but y'all know I'm a full-time master's student. We gotta save our coins and we have to stay in the house and get our work done. So I'm gonna do a little Bible study myself since we're not having it tonight. And we were doing the Fruit of the Spirit series and I was so looking forward today, but we're gonna resume next Wednesday. So I'm gonna do a little Bible study with myself, but that's all that's on the docket today. Today's also Wednesday and I usually would clean, but since I kind of cleaned up a lot yesterday, I think I'm just gonna disinfect my surfaces since I literally vacuumed every crevice of my room yesterday. That's all that's on today's docket, just getting some homework done, because Wednesday I feel like is my make or break day of the week, that if I don't have anything done, like, it's gonna be a rough rest of the week or rough Thursday and Friday. So we're gonna get to doing these readings. I actually have been listening to a lot of, or trying to get into more girl K-pop groups, because I feel like the stuff they talk about is a lot less jarring than the male groups. Some of the male groups, like, music is just so very like crazy when you read the lyrics, but it's men. Yeah, I have so far just Girls' Generation, 𝐿𝐼, 𝐼ve. I'm trying to get a better mix up. So if you listen to girl groups, K-pop girl groups, leave some of their best songs below because I'm trying to get a good mix up. But I'm gonna stop yapping and get to doing some homework. Guys, I just finished the first reading. It was 14 pages, but look how good my handwriting is today, okay? Hold up. Can we get a moment for the handwriting? It looks so much better. I journal so much that I started just writing how I journal, and it's very kind of squiggly and low-key little bubbly versus like really taking my time. I don't know, I just feel like we needed a little commotion for today. To go out on the town. My mom has to pick up some medicine and I'm just gonna run along with her because I have not been out the house all week. But I wanted to show you guys my favorite fragrance combo as of lately. It is this 𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐝 perfume. I got this from Amazon and then I mix it with the Sol de Janeiro 62, and these smell so fresh and clean together for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I've always like kind of shied away from Sol de Janeiro 62 just because I don't like the scent, but for some reason these combined smell so good. It's also 76 degrees outside in Texas. I have no idea why, but this was my little fit. This is my little fit for today. I have just these linen pants on from Shein. They're my favorite. And then I have my white Birks on. Just have a crop top from H&M. That's why I wore these pants, because they come up higher so my tummy is not out. And then I just have this crop jacket also from H&M just in case. So yeah, and then this bag is from Forever 21. My older sister actually purchased it for me when we went to the mall this weekend. So that's my fit. I'm gonna grab my AirPods and probably fill in my eyebrows really quickly before we leave so I don't look super bare. But okay guys, we are back home. I'm in my garage because we got a bunch of kind of Morningstar vegan patties. They had hot and spicy crispy chicken fillets, but they also had barbecue chicken ones. Literally barbecue chicken wings. We've never tried these, and when we buy like the kind of vegan meat dupes, we only will eat this like once a day. We don't eat this every single day as like pivotal parts of our meals, just a disclaimer there, but we will try the different flavors when they have them. But once again, we do not eat these on a daily basis because like anything processed, especially like fake meats and things of that nature, are not good for you every day. But this looks interesting. And then we got bratwursts because vegan bratwursts are always so good. I just finished a Bible study of the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego found in Daniel chapter 3 verses 17 and 18, and that story is so tea because when you think about the fact that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are Daniel's friends from the beginning of Daniel, when Daniel does a Daniel fast, and basically, which also that story is so tea too, because when they did the Daniel fast, they were fasting because the king had them up in his little quarters and was only giving them food like to eat. Like they couldn't get food from anywhere else other than the king. And Daniel said, I'm not about to rely on a man for my portion, whether spiritual sustenance or physical. So we gonna fast and only eat the things that my Lord has created, the whole foods of the earth, and we gonna be even stronger than your men who are only basically feeding off of your portion as the king. Like anyways, and so Daniel is known as Daniel, like that's his God-given name, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are known by the name that the king gave them, which that's not their real names. Their real names are so tea when you look into their definitions. Shadrach's real name is Hananiah, which means the Lord is gracious. Meshach's real name is Mishael, which is who's like God. And Abednego's real name is Azariah, which means the Lord helps. So when you look to the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, when King Nebuchadnezzar was putting up them little statues and was like, bow down to them or you're going to be thrown into the fire, their names are so tea because it showed that the Lord was gracious, that the Lord helped, and also that there was nobody like the Lord. Like, they were not about to bow down to no other statue, because no other statue was like the Lord. So tea. Guys, look how good dinner looks. My mom made basically vegan chicken parmesan with just some noodles. She made homemade like tomato sauce, and then this is the chicken patty with fresh mozzarella on top, and then I have some broccoli. It's seasoned with this sazon that has cumin and turmeric in it. That's why it looks so bright. But we're about to eat and watch this new soap opera called Beyond the Gates. It's the first ever like full black cast soap opera in a really long time. I remember growing up, my mom used to watch All My Children in General Hospital and stuff. So happy Black History Month, y'all. We got a new like story. Y'all remember when your mom would be like, I'm watching my stories, don't bother me. I'm watching my stories right now. So I'm about to watch that and probably do some more work. So I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow when we're up bright and early, because we got to work out today. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. We had no rest days this month. No rest days outside of our normal workout days. We worked out 5 times a week like we said we were going to. There is nothing more satisfying than finishing up your morning routine, Bible time and all, and then topping it all off with a nice iced cup of coffee. This is the creamer and the milk paired together. They froth really well. So I'm just making my morning cup of coffee. But I stayed up till 12 a.m. last night finishing up 2 discussion boards. So purposely today I could spend it just really chilling, because after it's done, let's see how good this pour is. But also look at how good they froth. Oh, like, are you kidding? So good. Coffee's made. Now let's spend a day doing a little dilly-dally. Just being a girl. A daughter of God today. Because, I'm tired. We have dilly-dally today, but we also have gotten an hour of work done and started reading a book for class, and then another book. We're reading a romance, y'all. It's been a minute since I've read a romance. I've been reading Christian nonfiction all the month of February, and I was like, low-key, I miss my wholesome, clean romances. So I started one, and it was so good. I said, girl, let me get up and do some homework and then go back and read, because I fear if I pick up this book, I'm not going to get back at this desk today. And I'm already a little ahead for my coursework and finishing classwork and stuff, but I thought, why not get ahead a little bit more and go ahead and look at my classmates' posts and like try to respond to them, because a part of my classwork every single week, as I tell you guys every single week, is posting like a comment on the readings we had to read, but then also replying to my classmates. But sometimes that takes longer than I expect, so I just want to go ahead and do it today, so tomorrow I can really just prep for the weekend, because we are serving at my church, or serving with my church this weekend at a food pantry, I believe. And I don't know, I love when we get to serve with my church, to look my cutest, look my best, to just show that like if you are a young Christian, you don't have to look like crazy, you don't have to look out of touch, you don't have to look, you know what I mean? Like the Lord really recently has just been showing me what it means to be intentional about your representation and who you are, and I've been trying to take that seriously. So I want to take tomorrow to possibly do my nails and retwist my hair, or do something with my hair, because it's also about to be March. So I'm going to take tomorrow to get my ducks in a row, but take today to kind of chill a little bit, but also be productive at the same time. Did any of that make sense? I don't know, but I'm gonna get some more homework done, and then probably open up my Kindle and get to read it. Finished the 5 people you meet in heaven, and I cried my eyes out so bad. I have never had my heart ripped out so badly in such a long time. Like, oh my gosh, this was such a good book. It was not a Christian piece of literature. However, I think it was a very good piece of reflective literature to make you think about, like, kind of the last lines of the book, which are, everybody has a story and all of our stories are one. The people you meet and the people that make the biggest impressions on you are a part of your story, and we're all connected at the end of the day. And the entire premise of this book is that Eddie is meeting the 5 people that have made a major impact on his life and that can answer questions to the things that he struggled with on Earth. And what makes it such an emotional book is that Eddie, the main character, was harboring so much pain that he didn't know what to do with until he met the people who kind of sparked the memory of pain. And it was just gut-wrenching. It was just gut-wrenching. Yeah, I feel like I can't keep talking about it because Eddie, the main character, like, I was just not expecting to have my heart ripped out like that. Like, but out of 5 stars, I think I would honestly give this like a 4.5. I just can't even, like, explain, but just know it's a really nostalgic book that makes you just realize that everybody's connected and that a lot of people have a hard time, and sometimes the closure they need is just through speaking to somebody they love. And yeah. Okay, so I just got from underneath the dryer. I did a little bit of classwork this morning, and then I decided to retwist my hair right away because that's the last thing that I've been procrastinating, but I really wanted to do. And since today is the last day of February, I decided why not bring in March and spring with a freshly washed and retwisted head. I'm gonna leave these clips in for a while just because I only sat underneath the dryer for 45 minutes, but it's because I'm starving. Like, I just started on homework right away and then retwisting my hair right away, hence why I also did my Bible time underneath the dryer, which honestly was a very nice time. We were able to finish out Ezekiel today, so we're really closing out a lot of things. But the last thing on my docket today is to just do an hour of work, and then I'll officially be able to kind of clock out of work and school mode and welcome the weekend and the festivities of a new month. Okay, before I do my hour of work, I had to get some food in my system, and my mom fried some fish and then also roasted some Brussels sprouts, and this is just some white rice, so I'm about to eat this up. I actually have eaten a lot more fish this week than I normally do. Y'all know I'm a pescatarian, which just means I don't eat meat, I eat is fish. But I grew up vegetarian. If you did not know, I was a vegetarian from like age 10 beyond, so I'm not really used to eating fish, but when I do eat fish, I feel really energized and stuff. So I'm trying to do better at it because my whole household is essentially pescatarian except my mom and one of my older sisters. But my other 2 sisters, including I, are pescatarian, so I'm gonna eat this. Also, while I was underneath the dryer, I was reading more on my Kindle, the clean romance. It's called Made for You by who's by Clary Kane. I don't like to tell you guys what books I'm reading when I just start them because sometimes I have to DNF them because they won't be as clean as I thought or something like that. But this one is a clean romance so far. I'm on page 100 and I have not like come across anything really crazy, anything super suggested, or even any language in general. But it's a super slow burn story, but it is like love at first sight, and it's just so cute. Like, I don't think I've read a wholesome romance where also the female lead is like really, really smart and analytical. Like, she thinks with her head and the male lead is the one who thinks with his heart. So it's like a very interesting mix. So I was reading that, and I'm probably gonna read that while I eat lunch, I guess, brunch, whatever you want to call it, because it's literally 2 p.m. and this is my first meal, but I also may turn on Abbott because I think there's a new episode this week. Y'all know me and Abbott have a hate like love relationship because sometimes I go on Hulu every Friday, you know, and there not be no new episode, and other times I'll go on and there's a new episode, and I'm like, see, there's a new episode this week, but I'm like, I just need to get her schedule. Like, what is Quinta's schedule for these new episodes? I don't know. But we're gonna eat and then get some homework done and then officially welcome in the weekend. I feel like this is my normal way, or not homework but work done. I feel like finishing up Fridays with just making sure that I cleared up every loose end during the week is like my favorite way to just finish the week. So we're gonna eat and then do an hour of work and wrap this week up.